I gotta admit, this is weird even for me. I reviewed games, did a few podcasts on a couple of movies here and there, and I animated a thing or two, but never in my life did I ever think I'd be reviewing an on-demand gaming service. That's right, the folks over at Jump have asked me to spend just a little time on their product. Now I'm sure everyone here is aware of how services like Netflix or Crunchyroll work. Well, Jump is pretty much exactly that, only for indie games. Jump is an on-demand gaming service that for $9.99 a month gives you access to dozens of highly curated indie titles, a library of games ranging in a plethora of genres. Action games, platformers, puzzle solving, with more titles getting added throughout the coming months. There's already over 60 games here, so who knows what the total will be in the future. That's a lot of bang for your buck, and honestly, that's a pretty neat idea. I mean, in today's market, there's bound to be a literal crap ton of video games, independent or not, that go unnoticed because either people got a tight budget and can only afford one game at a time, or because these games get so easily lost in the shuffle. With Jump, you can play whatever they got whenever you want, on your PC, your Mac, Linux, hell, you can even play directly from your browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Netscape. Though they do stress that you should download the app. That's not too hard to locate. In fact, here's a little visual guide for you here. Then you got the sign up button for you right here on the top right, enter your information. Then you can easily spot the download button for the app. Signing up and getting your game on should take less than 5 minutes, and you don't even need a credit card to start. Most games take less than half a minute to load with a stable internet connection. I tried that on both the browser and the app just to confirm that bit. And the app itself is neatly organized to help you find games of a specific genre. The search function gives you results in real time, making for some quick searches. 1 second here. Shit. You can easily browse through highly recommended titles within the community, what's currently topping the charts at the moment, and get some additional info on the game with a short and to the point description page. From there, you can add them to your favorites if you happen to like what you played, and given how much is available from the get-go, this kind of platform is perfect for broadening your horizons, to go out and experiment with games you'd normally wouldn't give the time of the day because of monetary reasons, but now you can go and try them all out, no harm, no foul, for about the same cost of a lunch. I mean, do you really want that cheesesteak right now? Go and cook something, for God's sakes. Now, I know this video is primarily supposed to be on the gaming service itself, but I had to try a couple of these games out. Not too many, of course, and I still got the last Kingdom Hearts video to finish, but I decided to dabble into the featured area, see exactly where my money was going. First up was Pony Island, which was nothing what it sounded like. You take control of this guy who's somehow trapped in this ancient arcade cabinet that was developed by Lucifer, and you have to play his game to survive and find a way out by tearing apart the game's shoddy programming with a combination of puzzle solving and these 2D side-scrolling sections. It's chock full of fourth wall break and dark comedy, and does a pretty good job leaving you in suspense with the pseudo-augmented reality approach to it. Oh shit, this dude wants to know my name? Pablo Sanchez of Backyard Sports. Sorry, gotta keep my true identity a secret when I'm playing a game to visit by Satan. Hey, it is October, so it's appropriate, and oddly, this wasn't the only game I tried that has some form of satanic influence. I mean, what, is Lucifer just a big proponent of indie titles? I ended up playing Lucius next. The version available on Jump is the 2016 demake of the 2012 original PC game. I don't think I've ever heard of the term demake until this game, but it's basically just a way to describe its graphics and presentation. The game looks straight out of an MS-DOS adventure title, only instead of slaying dragons and warlocks with keyboard commands, you're literally the Antichrist, hell-bent on slowly killing everyone that lives in your house while making it look like an accident. It's essentially the video game tie-in to The Omen. But no shit, I spent a good couple of hours on this one because, call me devious, I really enjoyed the blend of puzzle and stealth mechanics you had to master in order to get kills without ever getting caught. And some of these deaths are damn gruesome, even with the simple graphics. Now, I never played any of the Lucius games until now, but if this is anything to go by, maybe I should consider them for future Halloween videos. Well, that was enough Satan for now. Next up was Necrosphere, a remarkably simplistic Metroidvania-esque title where you control this poor sap who died on the job and has to crawl his way out of the Necrosphere to get another chance at life. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I thought I was done with the whole trips through hell thing. Well, it's more of a limbo the more I think about it, but in Necrosphere you only have 2 buttons, left and right. That's it. Your character can only move left and right. He can't even jump, so you're at the mercy of the level design 100% of the time. Precise movements and timing are key to getting through this game, and eventually you'll unlock some basic movement upgrades like a small dash to get through gaps, to rock breaking tackles, to a motherfucking jetpack. But then the game starts to get ridiculously hard. I'm telling you, the timing on some of these obstacles are super tight. Even with a control scheme of only 2 buttons, your fingers will be absolute pretzels when you're done here. Still, this was another one I ended up spending a good amount of time on. The graphics are a little too simple for my liking, but it's fast pace and does a good job showing you how things are done without being too intrusive. A highlight for me was definitely Life Goes On Done to Death. If not for the decent Super Meat Boy-esque platforming and puzzle solving to get the golden chalice at the end of every level, which led to some very rewarding gameplay the further you proceeded, but because your method of completing stages requires that you constantly die and use the corpses of your previous players to act as footstools, weights for switches, or my favorite, cushioning for spikes. It was so hilariously morbid that I had a smile on my face the whole way through, and the game's got a good sense of humor as well, so that's always a plus in my book. This is one I'm definitely going to go back to whenever I get to the next indie showcase, and that way I can talk about it then and there. But again, with Jump, I got to experience all of that for just under $10, and I have not come close to scratching the surface on what's being offered here. It's close to $1,000 in value, and you're getting all that for just a low monthly subscription. That's a good deal, and one I'm glad that I agreed to look at. So for the folks over at Jump, thank you. If you're interested in the gaming service, maybe you want to learn more about it, the group of people responsible for the service, or the kind of games available for you to try out, you can find all of that in the link available in the description below. They're offering a free 14-day trial in case you're on the fence about it, which I think is plenty of time to consider purchasing a subscription, and if at any point you want to drop out, you can do so with no long-term commitment. That said, I got a Kingdom Hearts marathon to finish, so I'm going to get back to that right now. Hope you guys didn't mind this little sidetrack. It certainly wasn't the first time, but it's thanks to you guys that I'm able to do stuff like this at all. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching. You have yourselves a fantastic night, and you take care.